I'm either seeing dead people or I'm losing my marbles. Little backstory, my husband used to work in a model hobby shop. There used to be an old man that used to come in. Let's name him Bob. He used to go in when I didn't have work, had nothing to do in the day, and Bob would come in and we'd have a nice conversation. We got to know Bob very well. He had no family. It was literally Bob and his son. His son was about 50, so you can imagine Bob is about 80 odd. We'd spend hours speaking to him about his last wife that he had. We'd speak about his life, everything. We got to know Bob on a very personal level. My husband would also do commission work for him, so I kind of got to know where Bob lived. Not in a creepy way though. Bob stopped coming into the shop. There was a few weeks where Bob just didn't come into the shop and we got concerned. A couple of weeks passed and Bob's son came into the shop. We asked Bob's son where Bob was and he told us that Bob had passed away. We gave our sympathy, we told him we're really sorry. Bob's son told us about Bob's life, about how Bob passed away. Everything to do with Bob's death was legit. Bob died. I'm gonna fast forward to now. The last few weeks I've been walking a dog who lives on Bob's street. Then I started seeing Bob standing outside his house. No emotion, just there. We'd lock eyes. I went home to my husband the other day and I said, oh, guess who I seen today? I seen Bob. And he asked me, like, what do you mean you seen Bob? And I said, I seen Bob. And he said, you can't have seen Bob. Bob's dead. Totally forgot that Bob died. I recapped in my brain about the story of Bob and surely enough, he's dead. Bob had such a unique looking face. He had a big moustache had come up. If you've seen Bob, you'd know that you'd see him and it wasn't someone who you might be mistaken of seeing him. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, am I seeing a ghost? Is Bob not really dead? Did Bob's son lie to us about Bob's dead? Has Bob been held captive in his son's house? We've all thought that Bob was dead. Bob hasn't aged either. It's been about 10 years since the last time we've seen Bob, so do the maths. Because if I'm mapping correctly, Bob would be at least 90 odd now and he would have aged big time. We are convinced that Bob died. And Bob's son is convinced that Bob died. I'm at a stage where I'm like, is Bob really dead? Do I take a photo of him? It's a bit creepy, wouldn't it? Like, even my husband is quite concerned about me right now because I'm seeing Bob.